You know what? This is such a cool new site. I got to get this on here too. We got Phil's house getting the hay for the burying. Oh my God. What a wonderful sight to see.
Yeah, he's done a lot of hard work.
Second load of hay. Wagon loads of slightly mildewy hay that he picks up that gets delivered for $1 a bale.
Nice. What is he gonna dirt? Is he gonna do the
He's gonna do dirt over it once it's all settled.
This is gonna rock. It's just as he described it. And what, pray tell, is this?
This is the solar-powered water system for the drip irrigation, along with the deep well hand pump that I sold to adjust the O-ring. You've got two systems here. When the sun shines full, I'm going to hook a few more panels into it. There is a little Nemo pump in the bottom, 130 feet down in the well. The water is pumped by the Nemo pump into the two 275-gallon chem tubes that are here, and then we can distribute it via a 1-inch line to the garden site that's down there, and we use drip irrigators. But the white pipe is just the pipe for the deep well hand pump that we built. That'll be back in tomorrow morning. What it was is
Oh, that's right, the white pipe, I see it. So it's the black pipe.
by myself, and I can load it in by myself, and I was looking to get it to that stage.
What's that, the irrigation one or the white one?
The white one is the deep well hand pump that sits normally on top where the battery is.
Gotcha.
You can see the hand pump is right there. That's the one that we're going to be selling plans for. And the idea behind that is the piston is in the bottom of the well, and it's activated by the lever of the pitcher pump at the top using a piece of aircraft cable. I pulled it apart because it wasn't pumping as efficiently as I wanted it to. The O-rings tended to slip a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of Teflon tape to expand the O-rings so that they fit better.
Nice.
No biggie, just a matter of finding. I just bought a carbide router bit so I can actually get a beautiful profile for the O-ring to sit into nicely. I wrote 2 O-ring manufacturers, and they're competing with each other to find out who's going to produce the best O-ring for my purpose. These are the drip irrigation lines that are being installed in the garden space. This is the old garden space. We're letting this go fallow this year and killing most of the weeds off.
What, are you gonna make the width of this match the width of the bird tractor?
The power, yeah, well, we're hoping to fit it in between in the rows here, but it'll probably wind up in the orchard. You know,
Gotcha. So you're saying you're letting this go fallow now?
Yeah, we've grown on it for 5 years, and it's got its own particular set of weeds, and Lee Brown wants to get them before they are adding new weed seeds, but trying to get them all to grow and kill them.
Nice. How do you plan to get them out?
She was hand pulling them. This is garlic sets that we have to transfer to the new drip irrigated garden space. This is our asparagus bed. Christopher got one.
Ooh.
It might have sprung up since she was here.
It could have. They're starting to go pretty crazy.
Well, who's gonna get it?
And if you're looking, those are our nesting pair of Canadian geese. They'll have a little flock in a few weeks. Well, they probably flocked already. They'll have the beehive, 1.5 of which are active.
Whoa, looks like a tree kind of fell towards one here.
Well, it's keeping the roof on it. Beware, there are
Whole new definition of
200 and some odd poles that are getting 200 and some odd 12-foot fence posts put in them tomorrow.
You should have just told him you have a gopher problem.
You have big gopher.
You want me to get rid of all the gophers? Rock me up with the wood. So where does this go? Are you using this whole field this year?
We're using the first 100 feet by about drip irrigated garden. The hoses are down now in a position just to delineate the 4-foot bed. They're going to move in a foot. So it'll be 2 foot apart, then 6 foot, 2 foot apart, then 6 foot, 2 foot apart, and then 6 foot for 3,000 feet of drip irrigation.
Nice.
But Leah's planted. We already have lettuce coming up. The cool part, this is the awl. Those are the drip irrigators. And I use my very precise measuring system for getting 2 foot on center. The awl takes and punches a hole, and then the little drip irrigator pushes with a distinct snap into the hole, and we can set the drip rate from 0 gallons a minute to 10 gallons a minute.
Wow.
0 gallons an hour to 10 gallons an hour. But we designed the 4-foot interstitial spaces so that the lawn tractor or a wheelbarrow could go in there, so you can harvest from both sides.
Or the turkey,
real
or
work is down here.
or the chicken tractor. I still love that.
Now, if I do build the chicken tractor, I'm going to make it like 46 inches wide or 44 inches wide, so it will fit in there with a little room to spare.
Now this fence that's going around, how far does it go all the way back?
It's going to go all the way, you'll see it when we walk around, but it's going to go all the way to the cleared area and all the way to the far end of the orchard, which you haven't seen yet.
Nice.
The orchard has 150 some odd berry bushes and trees in. Every one of them got dug into a custom hole and a custom blend of the local topsoil and well-composted horse manure into a jello-like slurry, and then we bedded the roots. But the trees are from St. Lawrence Nurseries in St. Lawrence County. They're native or nativized. They're heirloom, rare or endangered species that have been propagated by St. Lawrence Nurseries that are good to Zone 3. Depending upon who you ask on this property, we're a Zone 3-4 according to me. We're a Zone 4-5 according to my wife. Zone 3 trees will certainly live here. But you can see, you start to look at the clumps of hay that we have quite a few trees.
Nice.
There are 45 apple trees, 9 pear trees.
How do you like them?
Wow. So you have, so you're using this field in house this year?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
almost, except for we leased 3 acres for $1 a year for 5 years to the Adams Center Gun Club, where they do trap shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have noisy neighbors too once in a while. But,
Well armed.
And what they cleared and brushed and contoured that hill that you see that looks like it's just been seeded with hay was nothing but a brush pile like over here. So they
nice.
cleaned it and graded it, and to me it was worth the wait. They gave us free memberships and all the pizza and chicken wings we want to eat while they're shooting.
Nice.
Wow.
This is wonderful. How many acres is there in this cleared stretch?
Cleared area is about 5 acres.
From up where it's orange
From
to
up where the clay pigeons are killed to all the way back down to our old garden is about probably 5.5 acres.
Nice. Well, I see a little building going up down there.
That's a storage shed for the Brown family that are hoping to build a straw bale house where the rotting hay is. So we'll be trying to move the rotting hay
Nice.
to the garden area where it'll compost and keep moisture into the plants. Anyway, you've seen the holes. That's what I can put up in your yurt site if you mark them.
Nice.
And your site is pretty much sand, so it'll go in very easy. We could have taken the tractor down.
Oh.
But these were just budded, and now they're leafing out, and they've been in for about a week, just a little bit less than a week.
What type of trees have we got here?
We have 45 apple trees, 5 flowering crabs, 40 either antique or nativized apples, 2 of each. So there are 20 different regular eaten apples and 5 different crab apples that are here. There are 9 pear trees. I think there are 6 or 7 varieties of pears up there. And we move down here, I can show you the nut patch. But we picked a variety to see which would survive, and wanted to bring back a lot of the species that he's trying to propagate because they're endangered. They're not the good shipping apples of uniform size or thick skin that very often they'll pick qualities over flavor or storability.
Like the square tomatoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the tomatoes with the tart seed comes to my mind. These are 20 hazelberts, the hazelnut filbert cross that will be a dense nut shrub going all the way down. The very last two trees are mulberries. Used to be a common berry on a lot of farms, and it doesn't preserve, it doesn't pack well. It's a very tender berry, so it's not good for shipping, so our farmers don't make it anymore or grow it anymore. There are 4 Korean nut pines that should give us pignons. I am looking really forward. These are Adirondack Gold apricots. These came from a tree in the Adirondacks, good from zone 3.
I think I've seen those.
The little tiny ones.
Maybe it was a plum, that was a golden plum.
And then there are 2 different types of cherry trees. 6 cherry trees in all. Then there are plum trees. We have 7 plum trees right there. But the ones I'm looking forward to, because I think they're going to bear this year, are the gooseberry and the currant. We have 20 gooseberries in 2 rows, and then red currants, white currants, and black currants. And these seem to have taken off. I mean, just even in the past couple days, the leaves have just come out, which means I guess we're getting root growth.
Well, they're certainly current.
Yep. And the last 4.
Red, white, and black.
Red, white, and black.
I thought the wiring is called for red, white, and green.
I was looking for red, white, and blue to be patriotic. These are high bush cranberries. They're not really related to the cranberry, but they taste like cranberries. They should provide another shrub. But
nice.
There you go. This is the Juzak orchard, or woodhenge orchard. We're putting a fence line in just beyond the mulberries. Our biggest problem is this becomes a deer feeding yard, and I don't want to take all the holes and all the trees and turn it into deer snacks. Otherwise, I'm going to turn the deer into snacks. But he gave me some. I mean, check out the plum trees here that have flowers on them already.
What type of fencing are you putting?
Raspberries?
No, I did not get raspberries or strawberries or grapevines. I just didn't have the money for it this year. They're on the list. I want to get like Juneberries and Saskatoons and other berries that used to be common in this area that have just died out.
My in-laws have some grapes. They gave us some peach trees.
Yep.
And
peaches just quite won't make it here. Zone 3 just doesn't do it. But the hay keeps the moisture in. We've got to put a vole or mole fence around the base of it, because when the snow builds up against it, they'll crawl under and gird the trees.
oh, that's not good.
Good for them.
So what type of fence are you putting up?
72-inch welded wire fence, 72 inches high, so 6 foot high, with a 2-inch by 4-inch opening. So only the most determined little rabbits will get in. We may put a wire or 2 above the 72 inches and tie telltales on to scare away the deer.
That's a good idea. I like that. I was wondering about that.
I've sprayed all but the apples and the pears with Deer Be Gone, which is this menthol eucalyptus mix that I guess they don't like. They're not a fan of mint.
There's always the old classic human hair.
Yes.
Clean out the bartender.
And I meant to ask Krista this. She just had her hair cut at her favorite beauty shop, and you know, you can probably get sacks of nasty smelling old lady hair from any beauty parlor.
You know what? I got it.
Me at a beauty parlor.